Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? It's Buns. I am excited to announce our newest series on the YouTube channel, The Road to Gladiator. Now, The Road to Gladiator was inspired over the past week. I was looking for something to do in World of Warcraft, and what I did is I went back to one of my oldest goals playing World of Warcraft. I myself, for the longest time, have been playing 19th Twink Battlegrounds, but after the Warlords of Draenor expansion, because of the XP on and XP off merge, it ended up ruining the competitive scene for Battlegrounds at level 19, and left me in a place where I needed a new drive. I needed something to go for. So I went back on one of my older goals in World of Warcraft, was to one point push for Gladiator in 3v3 arenas, and I'm going to do it the first season of Legion. Now, I'm really excited about this because the whole series is going to be documented. I'm going to show you guys and work through the process myself and show you that it can be done if you put the work in, you put the time in, you put the effort in, you can grind it out, and it is possible. Now, the exciting thing about this series is going to be that I'm going to be doing it from the ground up. So my experience as an endgame arena player is I played one season in Mists of Pandaria, either like 5-1 or 5-2, and just barely clocked in at Duelist. And I mean just barely. I'm talking last day, just got one win after not playing for like 2 months, just by the nick of my dick. Just barely. And I'm out hungry, and I'm ready to prove that anyone can get Gladiator if you put the work in. And I want to show it from the ground up, because that's kind of where I am. I'm not a great arena player, but it's something that I'm interested in doing, and I want to show that if you put in the work, it is possible. So, without further ado, what will the series feature? Some of the videos that you guys can be expecting are going to be generated off of different content. So for instance, one of the ideas that we're going to talk about are breakdowns on general ideas and communication. So, the big three that I have going into arenas is knowledge, communication, and execution. And I'll be covering an individual video for each one of these ideas, which I think are the three core ideals that you should hold playing any arena after any game or going into any game. Those three ideals will stand above all in terms of what went well and what went wrong in the arena. So, a general breakdown: knowledge. Do you understand what's going on with your class? Do you understand every other class in the game? Do you understand how your composition works? Do you know what your teammates' spells are? Do you know what your enemy team's spells are? Do you know how to attack their composition, etc., etc., etc.? Knowledge is a huge part of the game, and the first time that I played arenas, I was really overwhelmed. I remember being there in MoP and being like, holy shit, there are so many abilities. I don't know what's going on. I barely know my class. I played a mage. I did okay on it. This season I'll be playing a rogue. That's going to be my main class. But I feel that you really have to know, knowing just your class alone is maybe a tenth of the battle, right? Now, it's obviously really important to be good at your class so you can play it at a high level, but usually being good at your class is understanding the other 11 classes' abilities. And that just comes with doing the work, putting in the research, and putting in the time to what those break down to. So, later in the series, we'll be breaking down all of the different classes and giving general highlights for big cooldowns, what to expect, how classes work, and what defensives you need to pull for them, so that you have an idea going into the series which class can do what, and you have an expectation when you see people in the games what to expect from them. Second thing, communication. Communication is one of the biggest things, and it's honestly a skill set. This is something that I've learned from playing in 19 Battlegrounds. Communication is a skill set, and it's something that you can get better at. You just have to put your mind to it. So, for instance, in a lot of arena situations, it comes down to situational awareness. Do I have CC on this target? Maybe I don't, but my partner does. Does my partner not know that he could be CC'd? I need to let him know. Being able to talk and communicate in the games is extremely important, and sometimes, even when your partner doesn't say something, the ownership can be put on you as well, too, for not speaking up and saying something. Communication is something I'm going to get into a lot later down the road. Finally, you have execution. And all three of these general ideas between knowledge, communication, and execution, they generally end up overlapping. But execution comes down to you take your knowledge that you know about your individual classes, you take the communication that you have with your teammates and partners, and be able to actually go in the games and perform under pressure and understand spot on when you go into arena. You have the 45-second loading screen to understand what composition the enemy team's running and understanding where your comp strengths and weaknesses are opposed to them. So, That's one thing that you'll be getting on the channel. The second thing that you'll be getting is I will be streaming the whole thing on twitch.tv/Fearthebuns. That is my Twitch. And from time to time, I will be taking audio clips that are straight up from the stream and straight up gameplay and putting it on the channel for people to see the communication that I'm using, what's going well, what's not going well. And that's something that I'm going to be doing in my videos as well, too. Obviously, it's great for everyone to show what they did well. And, you know, you want to have success to report back to people. Obviously, it's human, right? But at the end of the day, you know, everyone makes mistakes, and you need to be open to it too. So a lot of the time, I'm going to end up going back and talking about the games that I played, what went well, what didn't go well, what can I improve on, and also show it for you guys too. So when you're going through your experience, you can go through the same process with your footage. I think it's extremely important for anyone that's trying to get better at the game to be able to take criticism and go back and look, what could I have done better, what could I have done worse? Finally, we will also have gameplay as well too that I slow down and break down, and I do a voiceover to show you guys once again what went well in the game and what went wrong. But this will be more specific, and I'll probably stop the clock at a lot of times to show CC going off or where opponents are and just point out some situational awareness stuff so that when you get into the arena and you get in a tight situation, you can work through those same things and be, oh, I recognize the situation here, now I know how to work through it, or I have something similar that I can go off of. Now, today, I want to start you guys off with where I'm at. And I think that this whole series is going to be very transparent of where I am. That is the point. I'm not a gladiator. You know, that is my goal. And today we're going to talk about mindset. And the first thing that I have down for mindset is have a goal. In my personal experience, my goal is to get Gladiator the first season of Legion. It's a pretty big goal, but it's something that I want to do, and I'm confident in myself that I can do it. You may have a completely different goal, and that's fine. You might want a different rank in the game. You might want to play the arenas for different reasons, or heck, you might even be doing something in another game, and you're just watching some idiot talk on the screen about World of Warcraft, hitting fucking buttons. All right, have a goal, be happy with it. 2, this is really important. Now, in 3v3 arena, obviously you're not doing it by yourself. That's a given. But it is reflective on this whole process because you can be doing everything possible for yourself to be set for success, but you also have to play with people that you enjoy being around and have a similar goal. So the second thing is surround yourself with people that have a similar goal to yours and that you enjoy playing with, right? Because if you play with the people every single day that you don't enjoy playing with, well, you're not going to want to go back and play with them. It's simple as that. And if you have the similar goals, then you'll be motivated to go on the same course and push each other, and that's good. Having that counterbalance of having some buddies that you're playing with to counterbalance you and get you excited about playing, I think is really important when you're caught on a down day and you want to get going, you have your buddy to pick you up. I think it's really important. I mean, it sounds a little weird, but it is good. You know, everyone's human, and it's good to have that vibe going for you when you're playing games. Now, this is big. This is something that I think is really important and for a lot of people is hard. This is my third key into the mindset. You gotta drop your ego, all right? I'm pretty much at rock bottom, right? Like, it is what it is. I have no titles to show, I have nothing for it, but having that attitude is important, right? Because if someone says something to you, you need to be able to take criticism and be open to it. Now, it doesn't mean you have to sit there and listen to someone badger you about every single thing you can be doing, and they're you know, your backseat driver coach being like, hey, bro, you should have blinded him, like 30 seconds later, you know. Take it with a grain of salt, and also with that, it's important as well, too, to make sure that you are confident in yourself, and you are more than welcome to challenge what they're saying, and I would encourage you, if you don't understand why they're saying what they are, or why they said the criticism in the first place, ask questions. That's my fourth goal. Don't be afraid to ask questions with your mindset. Like, I'm completely new. That's going to feed right into your knowledge of what's going on. If you don't understand something, or you don't understand why something your partner brought up or someone else maybe suggested to you, ask questions. If you don't know and you think it's, you know, relative criticism, ask questions. Maybe they didn't even bring something up and you don't understand how something works. Ask the question. If you already are playing with people you enjoy playing with and have the same goal, they're going to be more than willing to help you out, right? There's no shame in being honest, right? No shame in being honest. That's the only way you improve, is asking questions. Also, this is a personal opinion of mine too. Asking questions is good as well too. Also, put yourself in a position where you can play with people that have more experience and are better players than you, because you will learn more from people that are better than you than people that are worse than you. And that's not to say that you can't learn something from someone that is not as great a player as you or has a different opinion. That's not to be said, but it is good and beneficial to get information from people that have more experience playing in 3v3s and that can give you an opinion that maybe you wouldn't have thought of otherwise. I mean, there's no shame for not knowing everything in the world yourself. Human, right? Ask other people. People are your friends, okay? Not everyone, but good people. Surround yourself with good people. It's important, guys. Finally, this is important too. You have to be able to have personal reflections. So, and that's not all. Let me rephrase that. Personal reflections are a good thing. And to go with this, I'm going to encourage you that if you are planning on going a route to get Gladiator like myself, which is my goal, it's really important that you film yourself playing, right? Because you can play the games, you can go back just like in any sport or in other esports as well too. You can go back, look at the footage, see what went well, see what didn't go well. Maybe you can find other things that you didn't even see the first time around and you catch and you learn something from that. It's all a learning process. Don't be ashamed of learning and asking questions. It's the only way you get better, guys. And you don't have to sit there and drone yourself too. Obviously, you want to have the mindset to look for things to improve on, but you also want to give yourself positive reinforcements on things that you did do well. So if you notice that, let's say, for example, you're playing a rogue in my case scenario, and you get a sap right off the bat into a blind, and then maybe you miss the resap and it could have been a kill, but later in the day, you end up getting in that same situation and you make the play, you get the sap off of the blind, and you end up getting the kill. Give yourself thumbs up. That's positive reinforcement. You're doing things in the right direction. Awesome. Make sure you do both sides of the coin, because you don't want to get so down on yourself that you feel like, you know, it's not a healthy attitude. You don't want to be grimy and feel like sludging around. You're going to do good things as well too and give yourself a thumbs up for that. That is my overall goal for mindset. I think if you have all these things lined up, you're in great shape. Let's go through them again. 1, have a goal. Mine is Gladiator, the road to Gladiator, hence the series. Play with people with the similar goal and people you enjoy playing with, so it's a positive experience for you and you're in a comfortable environment talking to people and being around people that'll help you get better by communicating and playing the game. Drop your ego, be open to criticism, stand up for yourself. If you think that there's something that you could have done better or you don't understand the situation that they're talking about, number 4, ask questions. Ask them questions. If you don't understand what's going on, get their opinion, get their point of view. If you have something that's unrelated and you see some ability that you don't know, ask a question, ask someone else. If you don't know the answer, if they don't know the answer, wow-head it. Go find the class they're talking about, look up for more information. And then finally, personal reflections, good and bad. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and see both sides of the coin. It's really important through this whole process, and make sure that you are filming your games, because it's important for you to go back, if you're serious about it, go back and look at the games, see what you could do better and worse. That is all good stuff. This is the first video to the road to Gladiator. Hope you guys enjoy. I am excited for the series. I will catch you guys on the next video. Keep it easy, everyone.